So here's a video showing you how to install your bearings or Scootworks front and rear pulleys on a Vulcan 900. Now, word of caution before I get going here, this is my very first YouTube video, so please bear with me. Alright, so here's my bike. It's a 2012 Vulcan 900 Classic. When they elected to do these pulleys, it only has 2,000 kilometers on it. I bought it brand new. 2,000 kilometers in, decided these pulleys were something I wanted to do. So, before you get started, make note of where the your rear tire is lining up on the adjustment marks on the back, both on your left and right side. What I noticed was, even from the factory or the dealership where I got the bike new, they are not equal. The left and right sides were not quite the same. And so you see that here in the video. You're going to end up with something similar when you're done. So take note of that. I found it easiest to take a photograph. Okay, so while you're in the back there are two adjustment screws that adjust the belt tension and the alignment on the rear wheel. Go ahead and loosen those, and then remove the cotter pin from the large axle nut on the muffler side. And note, there's no need to take the muffler off. You can do all this without taking the muffler off. Okay, and then get a 27 millimeter wrench, put it on the muffler side of the axle nut, and then simply back out the axle from the kickstand or pulley side, rear pulley side. So you're just going to, at this point, don't take the whole rear wheel off. You can if you want to, but you don't need to. Just simply loosen it up. Okay. Then you're going to go to the front, and you're going to take off the chrome cover that's directly above the kickstand. Okay. Underneath here is a black cover. This black cover has 4 Allen key bolts on it. Remove those, as well as bend back or loosen the one in the middle that's holding those wires. Okay, push those wires to the side. There's lots of slack in them, and then you'll see your front pulley there. Simply bend back the washer. I just use a flathead screwdriver. Bend back the washer. Take an impact gun and remove that big nut. It comes right off really easy. Just a quick tap on the impact, it comes right off. Before you go any further, make sure that you flip over the black cover, and inside there you're going to see this little hard plastic rubbery kind of guide. Remove that guide. Your pulley and your belt are going to hit that guide because your front pulley is bigger than your OEM pulley, right? So remove that. Take that right off. Again, so take your rear pulley off, and you'll see that this is what it kind of looks like once you've got everything off here at the front. Keep your nut and your washer. You'll need to use them again. Kawasaki suggests that you replace that washer. I didn't. I get the impression most guys don't. It's just a washer. Plus, mine only had 2,000 kilometers on it. I don't think it's really worn. Okay, so I elected to go with the bearings, front pulley versus Scootworks. I'm not going to get into why on here. Lots of different opinions around as to which one you should do and why. But I'd like to go with the bearings. Nice looking pulley, solid steel. I like the construction. I'm happy with the decision. So before you slap her back on, put some LEB grease on, as per the Kawasaki service manual, and go ahead and put the nut back on. Torque it down to spec, and which I don't remember off the top of my head. I want to say somewhere around 70 foot-pounds, but double check it in the service manual. And then fold up that washer again on each side. Okay, so now you need to go to the back to the rear of the bike. Make sure that you get everything nice and loose. You need to first remove the rear brake caliper. Just take off the 2 Allen keys there that are holding it on, and you can, I had some rear saddlebag supports there. I just zip tied the brake caliper to the supports there to kind of hold it up and out of the way. Okay. Pull the axle all the way out. There's going to be two little bushings sort of there that will fall out of the hub. Make sure you keep those. You know which one goes on which side. And that's really about all there is to it. I guess before I go any further, make sure you didn't put the cover. Don't put the cover back on the front pulley until you're completely done everything, because you need that to line stuff up. Okay. So take the tire and remove the rear pulley. Once you get the rear pulley off, I took a compressor and just sort of sprayed everything with some air, just to make sure I got all the dirt and grime off. And I'm ready to put on my rear pulley. So my rear pulley, Barron's makes two of them. They make a raw and they make a black. I decided to go with the black because I just, I don't know, I just kind of like the looks of it, and I thought it would do well against rust and so far. So it's a black powder coated. It's really nicely done. I'm really happy with it. Looks really sharp and very well made. So this is really straightforward. Just repeat what you did when you took off the other hub. Put your 6 nuts back on. Torque them down to spec. All these specs are in the service manual. And then basically just put the back tire to get the rear tire together the same way that you had it originally. No real cautions here. Just make sure that you know the orientation of the bracket that goes in the hub first on the exhaust side that holds the brake caliper. I had to kind of go through some of these old pictures to figure out which way that guy went back on, but that's pretty straightforward. I guess the only other thing is put a little bit of grease behind the little adjuster brackets to have those nuts on the back on each side. It'll make it easier for it to move around a little when you're trying to align your rear tire. So go ahead and just put it all back together. And then the hardest part is actually doing the alignment, the rear alignment, which I don't dare want to make a video. I wish somebody would make a video on how to do that. I ended up having to go to another Vulcan forum member here in town and have him give me a hand doing that rear alignment, because it's really a bit of a chore. But eventually I ended up with my tires at I remember I've got OEM wheels here. I ended up at 5 and about 5.5 on the front on those adjustment marks. So that's all there is to it. I know this is kind of a short and sweet video. It took about 2 hours to do this whole job. Aside from the rear wheel and belt alignment, which takes the most amount of time, but the actual swapping everything out was maybe 2 hours at the most, and it's completely worth it. So I hope this video was somewhat helpful to a few of you who are looking at doing this and wish you had a video. Take care. See you on the forums.